I'm going to go to an Indian shop. I'm going to buy some chili sauce. The thing is, from where I am here in Blijkerberg, my office, it's a little tricky. So I'm going to try and see if I can use a different mode of transport. You see this one here? This is the bird one. This is, I mean, it's nice, but I don't have the app. So you have to download the app, and I can't be bothered. I've got the Flash app, and that's the one I'm going to use today. Whenever you need a scooter, you can never find it, or you find the wrong type. And then when you don't need one, there's millions of them everywhere. Okay, I need to go one block down, and then take a left. This is where you get chili sauce. I think I'd still prefer to get a bicycle. You know, I just think it's better for your health, you know? And yeah, I need to do more exercise. So yeah, I think for me it's not my thing. Investors, including some of the big tech companies, are pouring billions and billions of dollars into these electric scooters. Now, I don't know whether or not that these scooters are the future, but for some, they're placing big bets that this is the future of mobility within urban areas. But the thing is, the valuations that they're giving are just, like for example with Bird, they just seem ridiculous. I mean, Bird is not exactly a unique company. There are lots and lots of scooter companies out there. So to be honest, I don't think really that perhaps these valuations are justified. The way I look at it is that electric scooters, the one that I rode on today, is a bit like payphones back in the past. You know, we all used to use payphones before we owned smartphones. Of course, now that we own smartphones, nobody uses payphones. And it's the same with these electric scooters. We're renting these scooters out. But what happens if they become really popular? We start to buy them. And if we buy our own scooters, then we don't need to rent them. What I want to know, though, is whether or not these companies are actually making a profit, whether or not they're really good investments. And I think what that boils down to is unit economics. Basically, what that means is, what is the average revenue that each of these, an individual scooter makes for a company? Let's assume that, in fact, let's not just assume it. The average scooter, the average e-scooter does actually cost about $500. So my average journey of about 2.5 kilometers, which is about 1.5 miles, costs about 5 francs. It's a bit high. It's Switzerland. I think in the US it's a lot cheaper. Let's assume that the average trip is 2.5 kilometers or 1.5 miles and costs 5 francs, and that every day the scooter is used 10 times. Now, in order to break even, that scooter would have to be used 100 times. So effectively 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, the company will break even on their investment on that scooter. Now, if you look at the statistics, one of these e-scooters in the US lasts about 4 weeks or a month. It might last a little bit longer here in Switzerland because the roads are probably slightly better quality. So these companies are making a profit, or at least they are in Switzerland. So from an economics perspective, for now they seem to work.
The growing trend of travel and the growing danger it may bring. Electric scooters speeding down roads and sidewalks, and at least 11 deaths reported since the beginning of last year.
Changing gears now, it is San Francisco's hottest transportation trend, and if you've been anywhere near the city, you have seen it. It's also its most controversial. As those electric scooters continue to explode across the city, so are complaints about where they are being dumped.
These machines can go around on the cycle lanes and in the 30-kilometer zones, but their place isn't on the pavements, where they endanger the safety of pedestrians.
Où la sécurité des piétons doit être assurée.
Oh,